You just learned a new word, and now you are going to hear it everywhere. Not tomorrow, not next week, today, probably within the next hour. And when it happens, you are going to think it is a coincidence. It is not. It is one of the most powerful tricks your brain plays on you, and it has been happening your entire life without you noticing. It is called the Baader-Meinhof Effect, and by the end of this video, you will never be able to unsee it. Here's how it starts. You learn something new, a word, a name, a car model, a concept, and then suddenly, you see it everywhere. Your friend mentions it. You see it on a billboard. A stranger is wearing it. It feels like the universe is sending you a sign. It feels almost supernatural, like the world reorganized itself around the thing you just learned. But here is what is actually happening. Your brain did not suddenly make the world more interesting. Your brain changed what it decided to notice. This is the key distinction most people never make. The world did not change. Your filter did. And that filter change is doing something much more important than you realize. Let's start at the beginning. Your brain receives roughly 11 million bits of information per second. 11 million. From every sense. Every surface you touch. Every sound around you. Every shift in light. But your conscious mind can only process about 50 of those bits per second. 50 out of 11 million. So your brain has to make a decision constantly, every single second of your life. What matters enough to show you, and what gets thrown away before you ever even see it. This filtering system is called the reticular activating system. It sits at the base of your brainstem and acts as a gatekeeper for your conscious attention. It decides what gets through, and here is what it uses to make that decision. Novelty, relevance, emotional significance. When you learn something new, something that is fresh and tagged as important, your reticular activating system immediately flags it. It says, this is new. This might matter. Start watching for it. And then it starts showing you that thing everywhere. Not because that thing is suddenly everywhere, but because your brain finally decided it was worth noticing. The car that you always wanted was always on the road. Your brain just was not letting you see it. The name of that song was always being mentioned. Your brain just did not consider it relevant before. And now it does. Now let's talk about why this gets actually disturbing. Because the Baader-Meinhof effect is not just about noticing things. It is about how your brain builds your entire reality. Everything you believe to be true about the world, every pattern you think you see, every trend you think is real, is filtered through this same system. Which means your reality is not objective. It is curated by a system that you never chose, never designed, and cannot turn off. A neuroscientist named Arnold Wilkins at the University of Essex studied how selective attention shapes perception. His research showed that the brain does not passively record the world. It actively constructs it, based on what it has been trained to look for, based on your experiences, your fears, your desires, your past. You are not seeing the world. You are seeing your brain's best guess at the world, filtered through everything that has ever happened to you. If you think this is getting a little existential, it is. If your brain is not already glitching, subscribe right now. New video every single day. Your reality needs the update. Now here is where it gets really interesting. The Baader-Meinhof effect is the same mechanism that drives confirmation bias. Once your brain flags something as important, it does not just notice that thing. It starts building a case for it. Your brain will find evidence for whatever it has decided is true, and it will ignore, automatically, unconsciously, without your permission, all the evidence that contradicts it. This is why two people can read the same news and reach opposite conclusions. This is why someone who believes the world is dangerous sees danger everywhere, and someone who believes the world is full of opportunity sees opportunity everywhere. Neither of them is lying. Both of them are right. They are just running different filters, and those filters were built by their experiences, not by logic, not by choice, by what happened to them. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman spent decades studying this at Princeton. He found that humans are not rational decision-makers who occasionally make emotional mistakes. We are emotional, pattern-seeking machines who occasionally make rational decisions. The Baader-Meinhof effect is that pattern-seeking at its most visible. When you notice a new car everywhere, You are watching your brain do in real time what it does to everything. It is just usually invisible. Now here is the part that should actually change how you live. If your reticular activating system decides what you notice, and you can influence what your reticular activating system prioritizes, then you have more control over your reality than you think. What you focus on determines what your brain shows you. What your brain shows you determines what you believe is true. What you believe is true determines what decisions you make. What decisions you make determines what your life looks like. The entire chain starts with what you pay attention to. This is why people who constantly think about problems see problems everywhere. And people who consistently focus on solutions start noticing solutions they never saw before. Not because the solutions appeared, because their reticular activating system was finally told to look for them. This is what every effective goal-setting framework in history has accidentally discovered. Writing your goals down, visualizing outcomes, daily affirmations. None of these work through magic. They work because they repeatedly tell your reticular activating system what to flag as important. They reprogram the filter, and a reprogrammed filter changes what you see, and what you see changes everything. So here's where we land. You started this video thinking the Baader-Meinhof effect was a fun brain quirk, a party trick, something interesting to know. But it is actually a window into how your brain builds reality itself. You are not experiencing the world. You are experiencing a heavily edited version of the world that your brain constructed for you, based on what it thinks you care about, based on what it has been trained to notice. And the uncomfortable truth is, most of that training happened without your consent. Your childhood, your fears, your culture, your experiences, all of it shaped the filter you are currently looking through. But here is what is also true. The filter can be changed. You just have to start deliberately choosing what you pay attention to. Because the moment you decide something is worth noticing, your brain will find it everywhere. And now that you know what the Baader-Meinhof effect is, you are going to notice it everywhere. Starting today, drop a comment when it happens. I want to know how fast it hits. Subscribe for a new video every single day. Your filter is already updating.